What are some YouTubers that you watch that you think of when you're like, oh, if I could go back in time and guide a younger Jackie through the fashionista phase, early fashionista phase, what is something that you would show them like on YouTube?
Super easy. Emma Chamberlain.
Ember Chamberlain?
Like, have you ever heard of her?
Is she a TikTok legend like Caddy?
No, wait. Really? You don't know who Emma Chamberlain
No,
is?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Emma Chamberlain is a big YouTuber, and she basically built her following off of like making relatable vlogs and stuff, but also, centering them around content, like in terms of fashion and stuff. So, her like 100%.
And
Like,
but she does both. Like she does like the content stuff, like as far as style guides and stuff like that, or is it just kind of like you see her in her daily life and you're like, ooh, that outfit would look good.
a little bit of both. Like she started off by making vlogs, but then what she was wearing in vlogs and like on her Instagram photos is what really got her known because it's very non-traditional fashion. And she caught the attention of like big brands like Louis Vuitton, and now she works with them. And I mean, for sure, like 100%, like I said, her, because I see a lot of myself in her in a way.
And is that like I guess like a style hero that you have as a someone in the fashion industry? Because I would say you're in the fashion industry. You work with Express, right?
Yeah, I do. I guess so. Her style and my style are very different, but what I do admire about her is that she expresses herself through fashion, and like I do the same thing, even though it's not the same as her. So I guess the overall concept of it is, I
It's
guess
similar.
so. Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I when I went to UTRGV, I think I saw you at that Pulse thing, right? It was at that fashion show that was
Yes.
there. Were you were involved in that?
Yeah, I was a model for that show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think it was themes or decades.
I don't remember.
The
I was
theme was
working.
decades.
I was like there because I was taking the class for gallery,
Okay, yeah,
so I
yeah.
had to be there. But I did. I remember seeing you there too, because I think I had met you before that, sometime before that. But yeah, like explain like that situation. Like, do you do more modeling? Is that like something you've been doing for a while?
That's been the only modeling experience I've ever had, like with, in terms of like an actual fashion show or anything like that, which was really cool. It was very like nerve wracking, but I don't know if I would consider like what I do on like social media like modeling. It's more just like, I don't know. It's not that deep. It's not like I'm taking classes or I'm like walking runways or anything like that. But the fashion show was really fun because it was, I guess it was decades, and I got 2000s. So, or the 2010s, which was like really hard because it's like, well, it's what's
Right now.
right now. So I just try to do like at the time, like my fashion style since the beginning of 2020 has changed so much. So I was like looking back at those photos actually like last week, and I'm like, I would never wear that now because I'm like, I don't even think anybody right now in the 2010s would wear that. So like if I could go back, I would choose another decade probably. But like fashion, the cool thing about that is like at the time, like nobody was gonna care because like, did you go to the fashion show?
Yeah.
You saw the looks and stuff.
I saw the show. I saw Wairama play. I was into music too, and I'd already seen Wairama play at that before, and that was
Yeah.
like, and then I saw, and I was like, oh, I want to go see him play at this thing, and I had to go anyway because of the class, so everything lined up perfectly.
It was like fun for you.
Yeah, it was fun.
But do you remember any of like the outfits or like anything that stood out to you?
I remember I had a buddy named Paolo at the time, and I don't remember what he was wearing, but I remember really liking it because I mean I'm a guy, so usually if I'm going to something like that, I'm not I'm
Paying
not
more
there
attention.
looking for ideas for like, ooh, maybe I'll go buy something like that. But I think whatever he was wearing, I think I was like, dang, that looks pretty good. I want to try that out.
I remember he was wearing something super outlandish too.
Yeah, yeah, and I like that.
It was really cool.
I remember
I
liking
do
it.
remember it. And it was really cool because I think he was like one out of two or three boys that actually like participated. Everyone else was like female. So I like seeing that they actually put like effort and thought into their outfits was really cool. So like,
You didn't expect it out of the guys?
yes, because obviously if they're there, they're going to be showing out. But my expectations were exceeded.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, on behalf of the male race, thank you for that. Thank you for that
Of
compliment.
course. Of course.
But what was so that like that was kind of like your first step into fashion, or like how where did your interest in fashion kind of start?
I think like just the content I was consuming in like on Instagram, on YouTube, TikTok. I think TikTok played a really big role in that, especially because of the pandemic. Like we had no other choice but to stay in and watch TikToks. And I ended up on fashion TikTok.
Oh, okay.
And I, even if it wasn't like necessarily like somebody making a style guide or anything like that, I was really interested in like if somebody was doing a dance TikTok, I'm like, what are they wearing? And I would like save it and like use it as like style inspo. And that's how I think I started. Like I took it upon myself to start buying clothes that was like a little bit more outlandish, not outlandish, but out of my comfort zone. Like I
Mhm.
used to just wear tank tops, jeans, and like whatever. That I didn't have a fashion sense like 2 years ago.
If you saw what I was wearing, you'd probably. I mean, when if you saw what I was wearing at the time, you'd probably be like, "Man, this guy's like 12 years old or something, like 13-year-old." I was wearing this literally just like, I would wear jeans every day, and like a t-shirt. Like,
Oh, and
that
I
was
would be
it.
no one to judge because that was my outfit too. Like straight up.
So you talked about TikTok, and I think we ended up on opposite ends, complete opposite ends of TikTok, because my TikTok experience was adding in the comment section like something funny, trying to get like 1,000 likes.
You're a commenter?
Yeah, I like commenting a lot.
See, I am scared to be a commenter.
Well, you're a good content creator, so you don't have to.
Oh, thanks. But not on TikTok. But like on no, cuz like TikTok comments are a different level of content all in its own.
Yeah, as an English major, that's one of the things, because like that's one of the things that really interests me about TikTok is like everyone checks the comment section on almost every
Yeah.
video. If they think it's any, even if they're like, this is a dumb video, let me check the comments and see if there's what people are talking about. And sometimes videos get huge, and you're like, this is a weird video. Why is anyone doing it? And it's because the comment section is on fire.
Yeah.
And I think that's crazy.
There's trends within comments.
Yeah.
Like I think that's really cool.
There was the one trend where it's like stock after this video, and it's like the little arrows pointing up, the little stocks. There's a lot of different stuff like that.
Or like when somebody do you know who you probably don't. Do you know who Trisha Paytas is?
Oh yeah.
Okay, whenever she does something, and then they're like, this new Trisha unlocked, and like now people like do that. Like I think comments are funnier than TikTok sometimes.
Yeah, I watched her with on H3 a lot, because I was an H3 kind of guy growing up, like his TikTok where he'd make fun of Papa John's, so funny, like it's so funny. And then when I know he had beef with Trisha, and then I had barely gotten into David Dobrik a little bit, like not like, I wasn't like a huge follower or whatever, but I did enjoy like
His content.
some of his content, because I didn't know some of the stuff that was going on. But Trisha, whenever she came out, it was always like super entertaining, and then
Oh,
like
yeah,
and
I
then she
forgot.
she had like she was dating that guy Jason or whatever, and then they broke up, and then there was all this drama, and then she went on with H3, and they were perfect together. Every episode with Trisha Paytas on H3, what was it called?
Frenemies?
Frenemies. You watched it?
No, I didn't. Caddy did.
I was obsessed with that show, Caddy, because like she would say things and they were just verifiably false.
Yeah,
like
just if she thought it was true, and she like it came out of her mouth.
and H3 would just be like, no, that's verifiably false. We know that you're wrong. Oh man, it was so good.
I'm not a big Trisha fan.
Not a big Trisha fan.
No.
I only know what she's done with other, like, as far as collaborations. I've only seen her. But yeah, like the Trisha Paytas Unlocked stuff is so funny. Like, especially like, dude, TikTok, you're right. TikTok is kind of the future. And if you watch like a lot of people that talk about social media, like Gary Vee, or there's other people like content creators that talk about content creation, and a lot of them mention TikTok as like the brand new frontier, like it's like space. It's the brand new frontier.
I mean, if you think about it, like we got reels on Instagram because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Because it's doing so well, and people are like begging. I think you can actually get paid on Instagram to post reels.
Really?
Yeah, by Instagram. I think you have to have some sort of like creator account or a business account, but that's the thing, because like
Because
Instagram
TikTok.
really wants the people to use it, like to like transfer over to.
You saw that? I saw the interview. There was not an interview, but it was like a statement by the CEO of Instagram where he says, "We're no longer a picture company. We want to move more to
Video
a
sharing.
video sharing and that's crazy.
I don't think it's true. Like, why would
You don't think it's true?
No, because
I totally believe it.
but when you go on Instagram, you see photos. Like,
Yeah.
most of your feed is going to be photos.
Well, your friends. But when you follow content that is a creator, I feel like that's when it's different. But I agree, and I don't want it to be that. I would rather have a different app be that. But the thing is, that's where the money is right now. Like
Yeah,
they're seeing all the money getting on TikTok. Every hit song from like almost every hit song on like alternative boards is because I'm more into music, so obviously it's something I'm like more
It's true though.
in tune with. Like if a song gets big on TikTok, it's a big song. Like it just automatically becomes a big song. TikTok drives the music industry, not the other way around, which is so weird.
Yeah,
to me.
because now people are making songs knowing that their end goal is for it to go viral on TikTok.
TikTok, yeah.
Like it doesn't. I mean, usually like music is universal and like you write lyrics that everyone can relate to, but like now people are making music on TikTok for TikTok.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's crazy, and then like the thing is as someone like I'm obsessed with music, so as someone is obsessed with music, like seeing people come to songs because the next generation doesn't really know about like indie rock yet, like they're barely getting into it, they slowly, but it's so weird having them, you know a band has been like rediscovered when it's on TikTok. Like Two Door Cinema Club, they have that one song where like I had heard that song growing up in high school, and apparently like no one had heard about it, and then like because I deal with high schoolers all the time, I teach, so like and having my high schoolers be like, oh yeah, Two Door Cinema Club, I love their stuff, they have that one TikTok song. I'm like
you're like that one guy. It's like, oh yeah, name 3 of their albums.
oh yeah, no, I mean I actually could I can only name 2 because they only have really 2 good albums.
Because I
Sadly.
mean, I've like for example, Two Door Cinema Club. I kind of got into them in high school because of a friend, but then to me at that time, I'm like, oh, this music's old. Like
yeah, because it was
at the
time.
Then now like people are like, oh, we just discovered this new band. I'm like, guys, no.
Indie rock is such a timeless. People feel like it's old. When you feel like it's old when you get into high school, like at certain parts of high school, it feels like indie rock is old. But then like everyone's obsessed with it in college. Like then you get to college and everyone's obsessed with indie rock. It's so weird. It's like a timeless medium in music. It's so weird. But anyways, I want to get back to questions about you. What are some favorite shops in the Valley? Because I don't know. I've talked to a couple people about this. About like the thrift, like how the Rio Grande Valley is like a thrift hub. Like there's so much clothes that come through the Rio Grande Valley. People from California that own thrift stores come to the valley. They pay thousands of dollars to get first dibs on certain things. What are some places, as you know, the style guru of, well, my style guru, because I look at your content when I'm looking for, like, you know, when I look at your storefront for
thanks.
stuff. Well, because I'm super bad. Like, look what I'm wearing. This is
I don't
terrible.
think there's anything wrong with it.
She's just being nice.
I
But what would you say is like a place for young fashionistas in the Valley? Like, what are some places that you think have good picks for fashion? Like, if someone's going thrifting, have you
Thrifting? I don't do a lot of thrifting. When I go thrifting, I go with Caddy. We usually end up going to like Goodwill or Texas Thrift. I think those are like the 2 good ones. But I actually have another recommendation. I think it's LSD Boutique. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I think I follow them. I don't know if I've been to their thing.
Yeah, so I'm in the fashion club at school, and she's one of the newer members, and like we recently had a pop-up like thrift shop on campus, and she has her own boutique, and it's like all vintage clothes, and like it's kind of like a thrift shop, and she brought it out, and she had like really good pieces. So I think probably I would recommend her shop before the other ones. Just because I feel like it's like more low key.
Shout out Fashion Club UTRGV, by the way.
Were
you were part of a lot of clubs in UTRGV, weren't you? Like
actually,
you haven't. It's just mainly fashion, the Fashion Club.
I mean, I'm one of the founding members.
Oh,
the Fashion Club.
Oh, that's what it was. The founding members.
But that's the only club I've ever been involved in. I've been working on campus, like different things.
Were you involved in the newspaper?
Yeah, I was.
You're the newspaper?
Yeah.
What's your major, by the way? I didn't ask you.
Mass communication.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Again, with the voice thing. Yeah, your voice.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I love, like, it's so weird I can sometimes tell mass communications, but the thing is your voice isn't like too polished. So like I'm like I didn't put it together. But that's really cool. What did you do at the newspaper?
Well, I started off as a copywriter. and so, or copy editor,
Mhm.
and I would just like check copy, double check facts, and then work with like reporters, and then like just make sure like everything was, I guess, correct and grammatically, like factually. And then the pandemic hit, and I was asked to step up as editor in chief. So I took up, yeah, I was like I was editor in chief for like all of last year, and that was obviously like coming up with story ideas, writing, attending meetings, running meetings, and working with everyone really closely, which was really cool, really fun. But I switched from print journalism to PR and advertising. So like my path changed a little bit different, like a lot actually. And now I work for university marketing.
So you like doing the visual, you like the visual media a little bit more. That's something you're more
Yeah.
passionate about?
Yeah, I like photography. I love video editing. I love video, like just videography. Doing this like podcasting stuff. Like
Mhm.
I'm more visual. So print was amazing, and I still think it's really. I've learned so much that I can apply to what I'm doing now, but my passion was ultimately like in the visual media part of it.
Cuz you have a blog that I read the blog.
Yeah, I do, but I'm like I wish I was more active on it. It's just really hard to keep up, I feel.
I liked it cuz I was like I wonder what she posted about, and it was about music.
Oh yeah, I
And
did one.
I was like, "Oh yeah, I love like music blogs." I don't know if you follow. There's a couple in the valley. I don't know if you follow any of them.
Actually, I don't follow anyone else's blog. Like,
Anyone
which
else's
I
blog?
should because like I have one. Maybe I should support other people, but I just don't know who has a blog or not.
I could show you after. I just was very interested because I liked the way you wrote about the album because I had heard the album before, and so I was like, oh, I like this album. Let me see what she says, and like it felt like you were really passionate about like defending this album, and like even though they're a pop band and they probably have a pretty decent following, it seemed like you were also like you were passionate about it, and I felt like I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like I really appreciate that as far as music thing. I didn't know if that was something that you were like passionate about, maybe doing more music with your blogs, or like what is like the personal vision for like those blogs.
I think it's anything that I want to talk about, and that's why at the time I was obsessed with the album. So I decided to write about the album, which is Lainey, Mama's Boy.
Mama's Boy.
And I think it was like the thing is with music, it's scary because I don't know a lot about it. I'm just like solely basing it off of how I feel and like lyrics. Like I don't know anything on the production side, instrumentals, like nothing of that sort. So that's why like I avoid it. But if I learned a little bit more, maybe I could. But like for the blog post, I really just want to focus more on like lifestyle, like
Mhm.
healthy eating, healthy habits, fashion, really anything. Like
Because you also have vlogs. Do you feel like that's like something that's like more of like, ooh, this is a thing I want to put more energy in? Is like the video,
yeah,
the
for sure,
video logs.
for sure.
I saw one where, well, a lot of them are travel, right? Are they monthly, or how is like the release schedule for those?
The goal for my vlogs is just whenever I have something that's, I guess, out of the norm and a little bit more interesting than just like my everyday life, then I'll record it. And I think it was like last month, or 2 months ago, I had like 2 trips planned, and that's why I have like 2 travel vlogs up on my channel. But if you look at them, I didn't really vlog a lot when I'm there. Like I'm still a newbie, and vlogging in public really like terrifies me because I'm actually really really shy. So it's usually just whenever I have something. I try to upload weekly, and I think I've tried for like the past like 5 weeks or so, but it's really hard also like balancing school and work, and also like doing side stuff like for Express and
Podcasting.
yeah,
Thank you.
podcasting. We've kind of neglected it for a little bit, but it's coming soon. Our podcast.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, do you want to be a guest? And
Yeah, for sure.
we're gonna have to come here though to record because you know where we record?
Where did you record?
Caddy's car.
That's not a bad place.
No, it isn't. And in my room once.
I saw.
But we don't have this setup. Like I wish we had a setup like this.
I mean, I kind of put this together like this. The first thing I wanted was I already had these mics because I record music, and these are for drums. These are actually drum mics. Yeah. But I just added. Well, the thing is political people use these for speeches, but they're out there for outdoors because these things are the most durable like mic like you can buy. The money can buy. They're like they're only $100 though, so they're pretty cheap.
Wait, really? This is what I was looking for when we were starting up ours. Like, I did research and I couldn't find these specific ones.
Well, the ones that they're gonna tell you to get are the Shure SM, the ones that are like bigger and they're like $400.
Yeah, they're super expensive.
Those are the ones they
Podcasting
want
is
you.
expensive.
And the problem with those is you have to cloud lift them, or you need something to amplify because they're very gain hungry, which means you need to use a lot of power to power them. These are just like normal mics that people put on guitars. Like if you go play live somewhere, they'll just give. They have like five. They have 5 of these, and they'll just point in time. See, look, watch. You can see on there. It says low tom. This is for the low tom on my drum set. So, but the thing is, they're good. This is the same internals as one of those mics, but it's just more durable, and like the crispiness of the highs isn't as high. But you can EQ that in. So that's what I'm doing. I'm EQing some of those highs that it's doing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to record it here, you definitely can. I have a better mic, but like every time I use that mic, bad things happen to my setup because it's very gain hungry. Yeah, that one, that's a C414, an AKG C414.
I mean, she's there and she's like ready to like ruin your setup.
I know. It's like she's trouble. And I knew she was trouble when she walked in.
Hey, that was a Taylor Swift reference.
Yeah, I know. I love Taylor Swift. Tay Swift.
You recently started listening to her.
Yes, I did. But I liked her before. But I liked her because when I was in high school, there was a Pop Goes Punk thing. You ever hear that? There was this Pop Goes Punk album.
What's that?
Pop Goes Punk. So what happens is they hire a bunch of post-hardcore like bands like Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens.
Oh, and they like cover it?
And they cover, yeah. And
Oh,
the best
that's cool.
the best covers are the ones of Taylor Swift. Like all the best ones.
Oh, because Taylor Swift songs are super emo.
Yeah. I said they just need to, all they need to do is add distorted guitars and like a Midwestern emo voice. Like, you know, I'm not going to sing it because it's going to sound bad. So, because I have it set up for dialogue.
I was like prepared.
I know, I took the breath and everything. And I was like, no. Nope.
There's actually, I'm going to go on a tangent, but there's this one guy I follow on TikTok who I only followed him because he did a cover, like a pop. It was like a pop, what is it? Pop, punk?
Pop punk?
Yes. He did a cover to Taylor Swift's Forever and Always. He like added drums and like he had that voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so cool.
Her songs are perfect for that stuff.
Yeah, they're so emo.
They're so emo, and like that's like the easiest content you can make. That and making 50 songs into pop punk, because 50 songs are written so well. So like people don't know this, but back when music was recorded, like in the 50s and 60s, it was a lot more expensive. It was actually more expensive to record because the equipment was so rare, and like, you know, people were building their own boards. Like if you watch Get Back, have you seen Get Back with the Beatles? It's like the Beatles documentary that came out recently.
It's on
Disney Plus.
No, I haven't seen it, but I know where it's on. Okay.
They built their own stuff. They would build their own preamps and stuff, so like it was a lot harder to record. So they had to have everything kind of like organized. The Beatles didn't do that necessarily, but most people that were making pop hits were like, oh, we're gonna write it all on sheet music and all this stuff.
Well, yeah, I believe it, because now you can literally just make music off your iPhone.
Yeah.
Like on GarageBand.
Yeah, and all of that technology that they had, it's not that they don't need the technology anymore. It's that all of that is just so small.
Yeah, it's
all of it.
It's in the palm of our hand.
Yeah.
Anything literally where I've gotten right, like where I am right now is all because of my phone. Like I've done everything on my phone.
But you find other ways to do it, I think.
Yeah, but like in terms of like finding opportunities, like they come to you through the phone.
That's true.
You take photos on your phone. You can edit on your phone.
You'd get lost without your phone. Sometimes you show up at the wrong house because of your phone.
Maybe you sent the wrong direction. That wasn't on me.
I know. I probably did.
No, you didn't. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Anyways, how did you come to partner with Express? That's what I wanted to know. I want to know how do you become an Express partner? Give me your
through my phone.
Through your phone.
And okay, I'm not even joking. I was thinking about this last night. No, 2 nights ago. The reason why I work with Express is because I came across a TikTok, and it said like, oh, brands that are willing to work with like people under like 5K followers on Instagram. So I was like, okay, so I sent in an application, and I didn't think I was going to hear back from them, and I did. Like, I started working with them in February, and at that point, it was just like they were sending me gift cards monthly, and it's like, here, we'll give you $100, and you pick out an outfit, take a photo in it, tag us. That's it. And then I did that for February, March, April, and May. And then in May, I got an email from a director in Express, my director, and she was like, "We're launching this pilot program for Express, and like we think you would be a good fit. Like here's the application. If we choose you, like you'll know within like maybe 3 weeks or something." So I was like, "Okay, bet." Super easy. I applied, and then my cousins were visiting from Arizona, and I was getting my nails done, and I got an email saying I had been accepted to the pilot program, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like even though I knew it was a pilot program, I was like, there's probably going to be like minimum 50 people. I was super wrong. There was only 12 of us in Texas. It was like they were focusing on Texas, and it was just 12 of us throughout the entire state. And I mean, yeah, like from there, I got accepted. I started working with them, and ever since then, I've gone to a couple events. I've hosted a shopping event at the mall, and I love working for Express. And now I think we're up to like, we were successful, so now there's like 300 members all across the nation.
So you went from 2 years ago saying, "Oh, well, I have no sense of style," to now you're like one of 12 people that can call themselves a fashion guru for Express.
Yeah, which is really cool. I mean, I think my style still needs some evolving, but I'm more comfortable. Like I know what goes with what now, or like I'm not gonna wear that. Like that.
That's so last month. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
I'm like, no, like the trend. I actually do a lot of research now. Like I go through a bunch of like different fashionistas on Instagram, like to get ideas. I'm like, what's coming like next season, and I think it's really interesting. I do a lot of like, I have like Vogue and like Cosmo and Elle, like those magazines. So like I scroll through them and I'm like, what are the models wearing? Like what's Kendall Jenner wearing? And I'm like, oh, this looks really weird, but give it 6 months and it's gonna look really cool. Like everyone's gonna have it. So I like doing it. I like stats and like analytics and trends.
And that's important. I think people don't do that enough necessarily, because in everything you have to do that. Especially if you want to be in the industry, like with music. When I talk to people that are making music, and I'm like, so what do you like? What's your personal vision for it? Usually they're like, oh well, I'm really studying this artist because this artist is really popular, and like this person just broke through on TikTok, and like I want to see like, as far as structurally of their song, like how does it work? How is the key going? Like people seem to be gravitating towards this key, like, and it's stuff like that. It can be the difference between like being a TikTok legend or being, like I am with 10 followers.
Okay, but you're up and coming, so.
That's right. Jackie said it, so it's true.
I think the really important part to take away from like if anyone is like wanting to start on like literally anything like social media or just like music or anything, it's like you have to find the balance between what's trending, what everyone's doing, and like also what you're going to bring to it.
Yeah.
Like what's going to make you stand out from other people, and I think that's like the key to making yourself even more successful. Like for example, I'm going back to like Emma Chamberlain. She was making the same content that everybody else on her age group was making, but she had like her like videos had her own style, and she was like coming off as authentic, and like everybody else is like very like kind of like reading off a script, like whether it's there or not. Like everyone's like they're planning their videos. Hers was more like on a whim, and then that's what she kind of like transferred it over to fashion. Like she was following what everyone was doing, but then she was putting her own twist here and there, and that's the key, I think, to like standing out. And
that's a big part of real life too when you're dressing, especially because it's like, well, today I'm gonna wear that red sweater that I wanted to wear. Yeah, I know. That's why today. That's like kind of, and I think that you're right. Like there's like a level of authenticity that people respond to, and like ingenuity and like one's self.
And you have to be honest with people about who you are. You can't just try to like do a fake like persona. Like people are gonna see right through that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I get you.
You really have to come off as authentic, and sometimes like it sucks to say, but like some people just aren't going to be fan favorites. Like people aren't like, you can be your true self and people are like, I just don't really like that.
Respond with that person.
But there's always going to be somebody that does, and I think that's what like is ultimately the I guess the motivating factor. Like you have to know that people are going to like you and people are not going to like you. You know?
Yeah. That's part of like I've taken like marketing classes and stuff, like especially at UTRGV, where they say the same thing. Like you have to be consistent. Like you kind of have to understand what is popular, but like if you're product isn't different from everything else, then why should people care?
Exactly.
One of my favorite interviewers, when he interviews people for music, I think it's mainly music. He's interviewed actors before, but he's like, why should people care about
is it?
you? Nardwar. Have you ever
Okay.
seen Nardwar?
Yes.
He's like super. Like, he gives gifts and all that stuff.
I think so. Okay, go on.
So like he'll ask Jay-Z. Like he has an interview with Jay-Z where he says, he's like this weird looking guy with the curly hair and a funny hat.
I definitely do know. Is he the one that's he has a whole bunch of like memes, right? Or like videos of him go viral on like Twitter and stuff?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like why should people care about Jay-Z? And then he starts like going into like, oh well, I'm from this, and da 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 da. And I think that's important. And like if people don't ask you that question, like if Nardwar never comes to you and asks you that question, you still need to be able to answer it in your content, right? And I think that's interesting that you touched on that.
Yeah, that's what I was scared for today. I was like, I don't know what you're gonna make me think. Like these are really like thought-provoking questions.
Well, yeah, I mean, I genuinely enjoyed, like, when I watched your vlog, and, like, especially the part with your brother, because your brother's hilarious. Like, when your brother has he has, like, a skeleton hand.
He didn't
He's
care.
like, "Rear, rear." It made me laugh so hard, because it was real, and, like, I have a brother, and I just thought, like, this is what my brother would do. He would come in my room, I'd ask him for something, and he'd just be playing with my stuff, making weird noises.
I love how, like, that moment where it was just, like, my brother's ignoring me, you're like, that was my favorite part.
Because it was so real. Because to me, it was like, that is my life. I empathize with Jackie now as a person.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm just showing what it is. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. Even though you're uncomfortable in public, even though that moment still shine through, which is, I think that's cool.
Yeah, like, it's funny because, like, my mom and my dad, like, are always, like, supporting me, no matter what I do. But they're forbidden from watching my videos in front of me. Like,
why?
I don't know. I just don't like when people like put me on the spot like that. Like, if you're
Yeah.
watching a video of mine in front of me, I like fully panic.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes I'll be in my room and my mom will be in the kitchen, and like moms always have their volume up at like 100.
Yeah.
And I could hear my voice, and I'm like, Mom, turn it off. And she's like, you're not watching. I'm like, I just can't stand the fact of like somebody perceiving me right now. Like, it's weird.
I get you, because I'm the same way with. I didn't even tell my mom about this. She'll probably find out about it by the time it's done. That's why I kind of wanted to record them all before I released one. I ended up recording one because it's been so long, and I felt like I did Allie disjustice because it was so long since the interview. So I was like, so that one's out now, even though I'm still recording this one.
It's a good one.
But I didn't want to. Like, I don't want to watch people watch it. Like. And I don't want to watch it.
I think it's cool when people come up to me and they're like, oh, I like your video, or I saw your photo with Express or whatever. Like, now that's like a party conversation. Like, and in that case, like, it's fine, but you just can't come up to me and be like, look what I'm watching. I'm like, don't put that away.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who that is.
With music, I mean, that's funny because I have the video medium now, but even in music, I would, like, someone would be like, oh yeah, listen to your song the other day. And I'm like, oh, please don't tell me, don't play it right now. And then they'll get the aux and they'll play it, and in the car, I'm just there like, I messed up here, I messed up there. Yeah, I hate my life.
Yeah, you start overanalyzing
Yeah.
yourself, and nobody's like doing
Nobody
that.
Nobody even knows that you made a mistake most of the time, especially
Yeah.
in music or in video medium. Like, I'll mispronounce something, and I'll be hearing someone, like, cause I walked in to my friend's house, and they were playing the interview, and I was just thinking like, oh no, I don't want to be here for this, and I mispronounced something, and I was like, I'm so dumb, and then I was like, I didn't even notice you did that, like, I didn't even care.
I mispronounce things all the time. I probably already did it like 4 times.
No, for sure you didn't. I would have noticed.
No, like, or I'll stutter like really bad sometimes.
I say too much.
Oh, me too. When I was that's my thing. When I was editing our podcast episodes, I would drive myself crazy because all I could hear was like, I'm like, I can't cut that out. It's gonna be too choppy.
When I'm teaching, I think the same way, because I had a teacher that would always do that, and I know I do it, and I'm just there thinking like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
And the more you think about it, the more you do it.
The more you do it, doesn't
or like
even
phrases
matter.
that you say. Like, I like to say,
Yeah.
after everything, like, and now like some of my friends are like, You know, I'm like, I didn't even realize I said that. Like,
You're like, oh, like my friends. I always make fun of my friends that do. Ah, I always make fun of them when they do that because there's so many people that do it.
or
Like
really,
there's so
really.
there's so many people that do that and then they don't know they do it
Yeah.
and they think like aha this person does but they do it too.
Are you from here? Like,
Yeah,
you grew up in the valley?
I'm from here. I don't do it though. I don't know why.
No. I'm saying because I grew up in Arizona. Like,
Oh, okay.
I moved to Texas here when I was 14. So when I moved here, it was like all I could hear, or like when like really. Or
What about y'all?
y'all? Yeah, but I like y'all. I say y'all all the time now, but it was really obvious when people were like, "Nambe, nambe." I'm like,
Number sir. That's all I hear too as a teacher.
yeah. I don't think I have a lot of friends that say that stuff. Oh, nambe sir, me's.
Me's.
Have you seen that guy? Have you
The
seen that guy
guy,
on TikTok?
the guy on TikTok. Yeah, it's
Dude.
Adam Ray. Adam, is it Adam? Let's ask the TikTok legend. What's the name of the? It's Adam Ray. Adam Ray. Okay.
Adam Ray, okay. And there's another one. The guy that he's like, he has a
Teacher.
whole. He's like, I don't know if it's offensive. Like the ESL kid. Have you seen that?
Oh, is it the guy that says like Eriki, whatever?
Hey
Is that?
sir, hey sir. He's like, "Nambre." He's like, I'm going to class, sir. Like he mimics like the kids in the valley.
Oh yeah.
And he's like,
With the shoulders too.
yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I don't think.
I have to send it to you because it's so on point. I don't think that was offensive, right? I don't.
No, for sure not. I don't think so, because it's so true. I've seen, and the thing is, I teach too, so I see that kid, and that kid wouldn't even be offended. That kid's just like,
He's like, yeah, that's me.
he's like, that's me, sir.
Yeah, look. You don't think I'm like
Show the
this?
tick. Yeah, they'll show me the TikTok.
And that's like that guy's whole TikTok, and it's hilarious.
There's the one I dislike the most, but I also think it's funny is the ones where they pretend to be teachers. Ugh, whenever they pretend to be teachers, I feel so attacked. I feel
Because you
so
do that?
because no, I feel attacked because I'm like, not all of us are like this. Come on, like when they say like, I'll wait, or whatever. Though that one TikTok, I'm like, I
If that
never.
doesn't dismiss you. I do.
Oh, I never do that. I can't do that. I can't be like. I can't do that.
You can't be too teachery.
I do things that other teachers actually. I'm a little. Some areas I'm actually stricter than other teachers. Like some teachers will let you eat in class. I'm like, you can't eat in class. Like it's learning time.
Do you have misophonia? Phobia? What is it? What that is? When you can't hear anyone chew.
No, it's just more of like a. People just make noise with like the plastic, and like I don't want unnecessary plastic noise. Like or like. Like, 'cause, you know, some people pack their lunch, and even if they pack their lunch, like, you hear the zipper and, like, just, like, the noise around eating food. It's not even the chewing. Like, if someone chews their mouth open, like, for some reason I end up with friends that just won't. It's incessant food open, like, mouth open while they're eating.
Yeah.
But I can't deal with, like, the, like, unwrapping
Do you
of
get
things.
overstimulated easily?
Me? Yeah.
I am like that, too.
Like, it's...
Especially in the
yeah.
winter, when you get into a store and you're, like, bundled up, and then all of a sudden, like, maybe it's a girl thing, like you're bundled up, you have your purse, and then the purse is falling, the people around you are loud, like it's crowded, and then you're like in the worst mood ever.
That just seems like me all the time.
Okay, see, yeah, I get really like overstimulated sometimes, and like when I'm in my room all day, and then I come out into the real world, my parents will be like, "You've been in your room all day, huh?" Because I'm like, any little thing just like sets me off. But I think it's just that like you get so used to how you are, and like anything else just kind of bothers. I sound really bad right now, but
No. I totally understand what you're saying, because like my mom told me something about like she's like you can't be single for too long because, and I was like, and that sounds like a very like, oh, my mom just wants me to get married and have kids, but she said that like because then you get used to it and like that becomes your normal, and like once you accept that, then like you're not gonna want to even ever find anybody, or like in like subliminally you'll just do that stuff, because she's like a nurse and she like I guess took a class on like psychology or something.
I believe it.
And I think that's how I am now. That's why I'm so grumpy all the time. It's because I'm here all day working on stuff, and when I work on stuff I get frustrated obviously, and then I'm gonna go out into the real world, and then I put that frustration on the outside world when I'm there.
Your poor kids.
My poor kid?
Yeah. No, your kids in like your class.
Oh, the kids in my class? No, they don't get no. What happens with them is I wake up in a good mood and I go over there and then they take it away from me.
Aww.
So no poor kids in this one. They like to call me they don't like saying Mr. Martinez because I'm so young. They don't really
What do
respect
they
that.
call, do they make Rick and Morty jokes?
Yeah, all the time. They call me Pickle Rick all the time. Yeah, it's not ideal all the time. But the good kids are the ones that are like, Mr. Martinez, can we go outside today, please?
Can you
And
please
how
open the window?
and how can you say no when they ask you like, oh, it's cold outside today, sir? I'm like, no. Am I gonna be like, no?
You go and you lock the door.
We're staying inside. I'll lock the door.
You do that.
No. No, the only time I cover it. Well, you have to cover up the window just so people know. The only time I do that is when we're watching a movie because we watch a lot of movies. The last movie we watched was like a Studio Ghibli film.
Oh, who?
Studio Ghibli. Sorry, Ghibli. I said Ghibli, but I say that as a joke, and then I accidentally said it on purpose.
No, it's because the first thing I thought was like Whoville, like the Grinch.
Oh.
It's because I was like the what?
Oh.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, the Grinch. No, That's funny though, because one of my students is watching it every day until Christmas. Like he's watched it 8 days, or today's the 9th day. He's watching. The Grinch.
I don't blame him. That's my favorite Christmas movie.
He says he hates it. He says doing it for the meme. She hates Polar Express. I can't blame you. The animation on the Polar Express
It's terrifying.
It's scary. And I was scared. And I was just scared. I was like, dude, all these kids are just going on this train.
No, the elves.
Oh, the elves are scary too.
The elves are terrifying. That's a horror movie. That's
Plus,
not a Christmas
the
movie.
memes about that one kid that like is super annoying are so true. Like
Or
we all
A$AP
know
Rocky?
that. We all know A$AP Rocky.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah, the girl they call up A$AP. They go, it's A$AP Rocky. This is A$AP Rocky. This is him now. Do you feel old or whatever?
Or they do that with that kid too, and they put like the most random people.
It's like Mac Miller.
The-
What?
Mac Miller?
Well, they say like I've seen like stuff where like they like give the kid tattoos and I've seen some deep fried stuff with that. What were you saying?
Deep fried. I love that.
Always like a random white kid on TikTok who looks like that annoying white kid from.
And everyone comments it.
Yeah.
Like we said.
Anytime anyone looks like that kid, it's just like it's the easiest punch. Like it's the easiest punch to them.
That's my biggest fear, having like a video of mine go viral or something, and then like the comments will be like,
This girl.
Yeah,
This
you
is this
remind me
girl.
of this girl. I'm gonna be like, you know what people who they used to say I look like? Ever watch Meet the Robinsons?
Yeah.
You know, Goob.
You have to have like black hair to be Goob, don't you?
No, but like it's because I have really bad under eye bags. Yeah, under eye bags. So like sometimes in the morning when I wake up, I'm just like, I'm Goob. Like when I walk into the gym, like in the morning, I'm like,
The people at the gym are like, "Hey, Goob's here."
yeah, Goob's here, and they're like that. She's here. And I always mess up scanning the little thing too, so they're like,
Is it Planet Fitness or what is it?
no, True Fit.
True Fit, Trenton. No, I don't know.
The one, it's because I don't even know which one it is. When I signed up, I think I put Conway. And then I didn't mean to put Conway. So, like, for the longest time, they kept telling me, like, you can't go here. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
because you don't have the diamond package or whatever and all
yeah,
stuff.
but I thought I was going to the gym that I had signed up for. See, I don't know my streets sometimes. Like,
That was like, my mom was like, I'm not letting you you drive my car unless you know all the streets. So I had to like diagram everything.
really, I know the major streets. I just
You know
get
the
them
major
confused.
streets? What street's this one right here?
What do you mean?
What street is this major street?
Jackson?
Jackson's that way.
Oh, see,
The other direction. What's the other direction? Veterans.
oh, wow. Wait, no.
You're
not
from
really.
Sherryland though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know more that direction. Nah, that's not fair. of
I know
you.
some of, like, the major streets in Edinburgh, McAllen.
Well, yeah, Edinburgh, because you chose right?
Yeah.
You chose
Also, my dad works in Edinburgh, so I
one-
kind of go, like, Monte Cristo. What is it? Monte Cristo? All the
Yeah.
way back there.
That's crazy. That's actually a lot. There's a lot of cool stuff back there.
Yeah.
I do appraising with my dad, like residential appraising, because he does, like, you saw his office. And I'll drive over there to Monte Cristo.
It's
and
a fun drive if you're just driving.
They have like really nice subdivisions, like that's where the rich go to hide. You know, there's like parts of the rich go to hide. I think Sherryland's one of those places too.
You think so?
Yeah. Did you grow up in Sherryland? You said Arizona, but then when did you move from Arizona here?
2014, and I lived in the Plantation area, so like I think that's like really Sherryland. Like if you live in Plantation, like you for sure go to Sherryland, and I mean, the houses there are really pretty. But like now I live closer to the high school, like in McAllen. I used to live in Mission. Now I live in McAllen. I like McAllen more personally. I think it feels more homey.
You're also a fashion person too. There's like a lot more. I think feel like there's a lot more to do in McAllen. Even though the rich people are in Mission, I feel like that's where they live, and then McAllen is kind of like the place.
I mean, I wish I was more involved in like the fashion scene here. Like, the most I've been doing is like the fashion club, but I want to like be involved in like fashion shows and help. I don't want to like necessarily be the one wearing the clothes. I like behind the scenes stuff too, like taking photos, helping.
Getting
whatever.
endorsements from different people.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because you get a lot of endorsements. How does that even work? Is that
Me?
with Express? Yeah, I've seen your like Instagram. You have endorsements and things.
They just reach out to you. Like, if you have an email, they'll send you like, hey, this is like, I guess like a proposal in a way. Like, we have this product. If we send it to you, would you mind like taking a picture of it in feed, stories? Sometimes now a lot of them want reels.
Oh, video. We'll go back to TikTok again. TikTok marketing is if you do it right, you can sell a lot of products on
for
TikTok.
Sure. Authors are marketing their books on TikTok.
I didn't have no idea about that.
Like,
Tell me about that.
Let's say like it's like a text chain, and they're kind of like making it interesting.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And then at the end they'll leave you like hanging and like read my book to find out what happens.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen a lot of webtoon stuff. I'm like into like webtoons and stuff.
Webtoon.
Korean.
You know what I thought?
What?
I thought you meant like webkins.
No, I did have webkins though when I was like 11 years old.
That's why I was like, okay, interesting.
Webkins is people that understand webkins are real OGs. Did you have webkins?
Yeah, I had one, I think, and you would like get it, and you would get the code.
And then you could go online and make.
Yeah, but I didn't have internet, so I'd have to go to my grandma's house.
I had dial-up, so every time I would like try to get stuff done, I only get 30 minutes of that stuff, and then I'd hear.
And you're like, get off. Like,
yeah,
because
they're gonna get a phone call.
Yeah.
Dude, they will never understand. Now TikTok, it's like TikTokers are just like scrolling through. They'll never have to deal with that. Think about that.
TikTokers will never have to deal with some of the stuff that we're going through right now. Like, just like the problems that we face, just because, I don't know, like they just got lucky. They got famous, and now they live in $1 million home in Los Angeles.
I know. There was one of the girls that went to my school, that went to the school I went to, and I teach at. And she, like, I think she has, like, 100K, I think, on TikTok. She gets, like, 1 million likes every once in a while. And, yeah, like, she gets, like, money from TikTok. I don't understand how that works. Like, how do they even get money? Like,
a creator fund, right? I think it's because Caddy knows more about that. There's a creator fund, but then also, like, if you do sponsorships, like, with brands. There's a lot of big brands that are, like, we've gotten most of, like, our sales and stuff through people like hearing about us on TikTok, so they'll pay creator like I think
like a lot of money, right?
A lot of money, like thousands of dollars, and then if you become like an ambassador for that program, it's you kind of get a salary. It's like you get a starting pay of like let's say $20,000, and then like
commission,
and then also every time you post and like. Or we have a new product, we need you to promote it, like, here's another $5,000. Like,
is that something you're trying, is that, like, the goal?
Absolutely. Like, yes, that's so cool, too.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can also, there's some people that, content creators, that they don't put any effort into what they do.
Mm-hmm. Let's name some right now.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but, like, they'll just be like, oh, this is this, this is this, this and this. But, like, some of my favorite content creators, one of them, her name is JC Marie. And she's a photographer, but, like, the way she incorporates her, like, ads and stuff into her feed. And, like, so, like, you're scrolling and it's not in your face, like, this is an ad. Like, you're like, oh, these are really cool pictures. And then you're like, oh, wait, it's an ad for, like, Gucci perfume. And, like, it's, like, obviously, like, a big name like that you would think you would see it right away. But the way she does it is so seamlessly. And, like, that's what I want, like, ultimately.
This is what you want. So like she's like she focuses on the artistic composition of the photos a little more than most like people. So it's like it's kind of just like the second thing is the fact that oh hey, by the way, Gucci sponsored this really cool photo like of a sunset. There's like a little bottle in the background.
Yeah, or she goes and she takes the photo and it's like she lives in California, so she goes to Malibu and she takes a picture and like looks perfect. But again, she's like also a big inspiration to me because she's a podcaster, she's a YouTuber. She makes a lot of TikToks, and she's killing it on Instagram. So,
I mean, obviously, she's getting Gucci stuff. That's got to be like at least like $10,000 right there.
I think, but then also like there's like retailers that sell Gucci perfume like Ulta, and I think Ulta is the one that like pays her, or sometimes Gucci does pay creators.
That's
But
interesting.
it's not that common for big luxury brands to do sponsorships. Like
So it
they'll
would be
include people in their campaigns, but they won't pay them. Like
so it'd be like a third party. You're saying
yeah,
like a
sort
third
of.
like a third party retailer. Like Walmart might pay somebody to do a sponsorship for one of their products, but it might be like a luxury product that Walmart sells or something like that.
Yeah, Walgreens does that all the time with their beauty line or like their like products that they sell like in the beauty section. You know how
That's
like
so
you walk into
interesting.
Walgreens and there's a bunch of makeup.
Is makeup something that you're into too? Like, cause I didn't see like that many makeup videos on your Instagram, on your YouTube.
See, it goes back to what I said earlier about me not making a lot of like content around music because I don't know a lot about makeup. Like I like doing my makeup, I enjoy it, but it's not something that like I'm good at per se.
Cause that's like a huge part of TikTok right now and YouTube, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it, like
Yep.
most of the people who have, I mean, at least the ones that I watch on YouTube have gotten their following through like makeup tutorials and stuff like that.
Cause you have like James Charles and all them making their own personal things,
Yeah, but
like
I-
Jeffree Star and all those.
I mean, yeah, like you think of those big names and they started because of makeup, but there's other people like vloggers that they started like, oh, this is like how you do a winged eyeliner, and now they make like lifestyle content.
Oh yeah, like I know there's a couple of like what is that girl's name? What is that girl's name? She's like Hispanic. She's like his Hispanic one.
Daisy,
Daisy, yeah.
Marquez.
And now she does more like
Now she's just influencer
like
overall.
now she's influenced. Like she kind of expanded from that.
She has a wine company.
I had no idea.
I mean, that would be cool to do one day. Like own my own like.
A lot of
wine.
actors have their own like alcoholic beverages too. And to me, that's interesting. I would love to do that. That would be what I do. I went to this one concert of Midland. Have you heard of Midland, the band
Yeah.
Midland?
I've only ever heard Drinking Problem.
Yeah, that was all I had heard before I went
Okay.
to the thing. I just went because like someone was like, if you give me $100, you can be right next to them. And I was like, I'm down.
And you had never.
I never heard of their stuff.
Okay, cool.
Like, cause when it comes to shows, here's the thing. Like, if I used to be one of those people that was like, I'll never go to a show unless I know the person, and then I need to be that person. I'll never wear a T-shirt unless I've listened to the album. You know, I used to be that person, like super duper like hipstery kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, I totally.
I don't know how to
understand.
explain it.
Yeah.
I used to be that way, but the thing is like I would buy merch from a Valley artist that I don't know, or like I would go see them. Like most of the people I see in the Valley, I don't actually know them before I go see them. So like, you know, if I'm willing to do that, like, you know,
Why not take that chance?
why not take that chance? And Midland, I mean, if it was like Billie Eilish or something, and like I had never heard of Billie Eilish, which I mean that would never happen because I'm into music. But like the fact that it was a country artist that I've never heard of, that's not like one of the major country artists, I was like, I felt a little bit more like, I could do this. And when I went, I actually liked it. And he was selling his
Is it one guy?
Oh, it was multiple people.
Oh.
But the main guy has like his own alcoholic beverage. He literally, and this was during COVID. During COVID, because they had what I was in was like a 3 or 4 person thing. Like I knew everybody that I was in with the thing. And you know, you had to mask before you got in there and all this stuff. Like there was a lot of safety procedures actually looking back at it. But there was one section in front of me where you had to pay more money. There was nothing like it was like general admission. So it was like, and I was like, I'm not gonna go in there. But the guy started pouring like his drink, like
people's mouths.
into people's mouths.
What was it? Like what?
It was like tequila. It was something crazy.
I think it's so funny that like the people that not necessarily shouldn't be like having their own tequila brand, but they're like, you're like, no. It's funny because like no like, I guess like how do you say like Latinx people are like coming out with their own brand of like tequila, but all
Oh, the tequila, yeah, especially tequila.
tequila. It's yeah, like Kendall Jenner, the backlash she got on
For
her-
tequila? I had no
tequila,
idea about
because
that.
it's like what is it? Gentrification.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, if it's good, it's good.
It'd be like George Lopez coming out with like a menudo company or something. I feel like
Yeah, a little
because
bit.
like he's not from like that's like a valley thing. Like I mean, it's not strictly to the valley. I'm sure they have it in other
Menudo.
menudo.
Well,
You think
okay,
it's only valley?
This is a touchy subject for me because menudo, where I'm from, is white.
Really? It's
And so when I got here, I was like, oh, I'm craving menudo, and like we go to HEB and it's red. I was like, this is pozole.
Dude, I love menudo here. I don't know why.
Have you ever had white menudo?
No, is it good?
Super good.
I think I do not disbelieve you. I mean, I believe you
There's
because
a lot of differences in like food.
I took Mexican American history, in at HRGV, and they were like saying like how the beans are different. Like if you go,
Even here, like you guys call what I would call like a burrito. You guys call them breakfast tacos.
yeah,
It's a breakfast burrito.
yeah,
Or like raspas.
yeah.
Over there it's raspados.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's just like you know what you're saying, what you're referring to, but it's like it's still so different.
It is. It sounds it like even when you raspados.
Raspado, yeah.
Is that what you still call it? That?
Yeah, so sometimes like my family will be like, let's go for raspados, and when we get to like squinkles or something, they're like, raspas? I'm like, yeah.
So you roll your eyes. You're like, they'll never
It's
understand.
like, yeah, you guys don't get it. You guys never will get it. But it's like little things that you have to adapt to, which is pretty, kind of super off topic, but
No, that's cool. I went to, I think it was like New Mexico one time, and like the beans were just so different. Like, and I didn't want the beans. Like I wanted
Really?
beans. I did, yeah, and it was so different. I don't know what they were, but I think I'm used to eating my dad's beans, which are just like pinto beans, bacon. You throw bacon in there, cilantro,
in a crock pot,
in a crock. Yeah, well, not in a crock pot, but yeah, you can use a crock pot.
you mix them.
Yeah, I mix the, and like, and then over there, like, I don't know what it was. I don't know if they were like black beans or if they were like the different kind of like beans. And I was just like, I can't, like, this doesn't taste like beans. It doesn't taste like what I know.
It's just regional. Like everyone, even here in the United States, like what you have in New York is not gonna like the same plate is gonna be different in New York and California and like.
What do you think about the Mexican cuisine in the Valley? Because again, you're a digital content creator. I think are you interested in food at all? I mean, we can clip this out if you want to.
No, yeah,
But
I've actually really random. I think like the most random collaboration I've ever done was with Tingies.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you ever saw that. I was invited to eat at Tingies, and like that is like, in my opinion, like a Valley delicacy, because like birria tacos that you dip it in, like it's something that was just unheard of. So when I tried it, I mean, it was pretty good, like different.
Is that something you want to do? You want to take people to Flavor Town like that one guy?
Actually, I'm in the middle of creating like a coffee shop stop series.
Oh man, that sounds super fun.
Yeah, but it's been like in the works since February, so I really have to do it.
What are the places you want to go?
I want to do like different places in the valley, so like Upper Valley and Lower Valley. So, Cultura Coffee House in McAllen,
Yeah.
Bandera Coffee in
Harlingen.
Harlingen, and then 7th and Park, Brownsville, Cafe Karma, the Island,
The Island.
and then there's one more.
There's Samia. There's Moonbeans. You have Reserva.
I think Jitters.
Oh, Jitters on Mission Conway. You ever done the one in Alamo?
There's
707.
Wait, we've been there. Me and Caddy went to the grand opening.
Oh really?
Yeah, right. That was yes. We went there.
I went. I go there. I go there every once in a while. The school I work at, it's in Alamo, so sometimes I'll stop by there.
Yeah, it was really fun. I think it was really pretty too. Like really spacious.
But you haven't been to the other ones, the ones that you have on the list. You haven't like necessarily been there yet.
No, I haven't.
Ooh.
But I haven't had the time to. But I'm like, I have the time now to go check them out. But I'm like, I want to save it for
the okay.
the series.
So you need to like have the camera ready and all that stuff.
Yeah, I have to. I literally have it all planned out. I just need to set aside a date to actually go and like film.
Today we're here at Cafe Karma in South Padre Island.
Like I want to make it a series on my channel where it's like a little intro. I actually had a little animation made for me on like, have you ever heard of Fiverr?
Yeah.
Okay, I like in February I asked this girl to like make a little intro for me, and she did, and it's awesome. But it's been sitting in my phone for like a year.
You should use it. You could have
No,
used
yeah,
it on
I am.
you could have used it on the last one you did. What was it? The one the holiday gifts for men. That's the one you did, right?
It's different though. I could, but I mean it wouldn't match the.
Oh, it's a different like
it's like
style.
specifically for that coffee
Coffee
shop.
shop thing. Oh, okay.
It's like a little like animation of me like walking out of a coffee shop.
Okay. So food is something that you are interested in as far as like content creation.
Yeah, I just need to open my palette more. I don't cook, so like that's why I feel like I could just review stuff.
Okay. I've been trying to learn how to cook.
It's hard.
It's pretty hard. I've also been looking at like mukbangs. Like I've never been into mukbangs, but for some reason, that's something like as far as content goes, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm still trying.
I don't like them. I just don't like the sound of people eating.
Oh, that's what you have. Is it? What'd you say it was called?
Misophonia? I don't
Mis-
even know. I don't know if I have it, but it's like a pet peeve. I'm like, I can't. Like, if I do watch them, it's like, even when people are like trying new foods and like they're reviewing a restaurant, I'm like, I have to like mute it for when they're tasting it, and I'm like, okay, I can like put it back on.
Okay.
Just, I don't know. Just a little weird.
Yeah, there's this my favorite video of H3. They edited some guy tasting ice cream. Have you seen it? I feel like your friend might have shown it. Have you shown him that that's a 10? The video by H3. Okay, I can't show it to you. You probably would not like it at all.
I would be cringing.
Okay, well I'll think about that for later.
You just send it to me like the most random thing. Like, hey, look, by the way, I've got something for you.
By the way, this is crazy. Watch this video. It's
Yeah.
insane. No, I would not do that. I like you have no idea. I feel like maybe girls don't do this as much as guys do, but like all the guys in my group are just they send me like random stuff to just try to like freak me out, like to scare me or
like
like
jump
stuff I
scares?
don't like, or just like randomly like. I mean, when I was younger, maybe maybe you've experienced this too, but like there was a certain point in the internet where like you could see like really gory things.
Yes. That
And,
was
like-
like when we were in like middle school.
Yeah.
Like,
You could see people dying on like trains and stuff, and some of my friends were like sending me that stuff just to be like, hey, look at this really cute dog, and then all of a sudden it'll be like the dog like someone like does something to the dog or something, and then I'm just there like no.
you know how like ridiculousness is that how you say it?
Oh yeah, ridiculousness with Rob Deerdick.
Yes, and like Chanel West Coast, like the laugh.
Her laugh is the best.
Like, I couldn't watch it, and not even because of her laugh. It was because I can't see people like get hurt. Like,
Most people think that's the funniest thing ever.
I hate it. It makes me cringe. Like, or when people would like fall off a skateboard and it wasn't even that bad. It's like you're like, oh, and I'm like, I can't. Like, I don't find it doesn't add anything to me. I hate that
Yeah.
because I feel for them.
I overstimulated myself with that type of content as a 13-year-old because
Now
I
you're
was
numb to it.
because I was like an edgy 13-year-old, and I was just like I was like, what the heck is this? Let me go to these pages, and then eventually I was just like, yeah, there's no enjoyment out of watching people get hurt very intensely. You know, it's not it becomes
it's not the
fun.
vibe.
It is not. It is not a vibe for sure. What are your future plans? I guess that could be like one of the last things we ask. Like I wanted to ask you your future plans for your content, including maybe blog, vlog. What are your goals like upcoming and maybe some like long term like 5 years type. Jackie Peraza is this.
Short-term goals, or maybe like within the next year, work with more brands, and take more classes in photography, video editing. Like, I want to up my video editing game. Like, I really enjoy editing videos, so really like focus on that. Travel, like, and get content from that. Like, I would love to do that.
Good luck.
Thank you. I don't know if that was like.
Dude, I got my passport and then Delta hit. I was gonna go all like fly.
See, I need to get my passport. We actually need to get our passport. We want to go to Cabo.
I want to go to Mexico so bad.
So-
I've never flown into Mexico and I want to
Me
so
neither.
bad.
So that's why I want to do this, and also like for the memories, but like for content.
When you're
like,
young, like, and you have like, when you're not like, because people want to travel when they're older, and it's like you're gonna be tired and you're gonna like have bills and responsibilities. You gotta do it now. You gotta do it now.
Yeah, even now we still have some bills and
I mean,
responsibilities.
yeah, I still have
but
bills.
before it gets worse.
Insane. Like
Yeah.
before you start paying for your own rent and stuff. Like, do you live with your parents?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I live with my parents. Because I'm like, why would I want another bill? You know?
Yeah, and I think about it like when I was a freshman in college, and I was like, I want my own apartment. And my mom's like, why? Like, why do you want your own apartment?
We let you do what you want. Why?
Yeah, exactly. She's like, once you graduate college, like, this is your apartment per se, because I live downstairs. I have my own little room. I have my bathroom. I have a closet. My kitchen is on like 20 feet away. Not even like 10 feet away.
I wish that was me. It's so far away, all the way over there.
Well, you can just move it, switch rooms. But yeah, that's one of my goals, to travel. And then what else? I'm trying to think, like, just, I know it sounds like more superficial, like grow like a following. Maybe more on YouTube, because it's so hard to grow on YouTube.
It's not superficial because, I mean, you want it to be your livelihood. For sure, it's like, it actually is it's important.
Yeah.
But I don't see it that way.
Yeah,
But yeah.
like in terms of like numbers, grow. personally just find my style, find confidence in like whatever I decide to wear is like that's me, whatever. In 5 years. Oh, also in like a year I want to graduate. Like I'm graduating in May, so like maybe move to a new city, start a she says no. Start working somewhere, I don't know, or like working for myself, start a business. I don't know. In 5 years it's so hard cuz I every day I wake up and I want to do something else. Like something new.
Same. That's why I haven't put out music so long, because but today I really want to like make death metal sounding things, and then I'm like, but all the children will be scared. I need to make softcore rock, and then the next thing I know, it's like 3 weeks later, and I haven't come up with anything. So
yeah, it's like
I get it.
There's so many. It's like so. Right now, I was telling my mom last night. Like, there's so many things I want to do in my lifetime. Like and some of them aren't even related to one another. Like, I was like, maybe I can be a personal assistant to someone famous, and she was like, why? I'm like, just for the experience.
Just for like 2 months, you know.
Yeah.
Not like forever, but
you,
yeah.
You know how much they pay for an hour?
Like really good.
Like
is it?
$70.
Yeah.
For a 30-hour work week, or
to be like a nanny. I wouldn't mind being like a babysitter to some of those rich people in LA, because like some of those they pay them, they'll let them stay in their rich mansion house. You just have to take out the dogs and stuff, and you watch the kids. You just make sure they do well. And if I'm doing teaching, I would tutor them too. Dude, they pay you so much money. It's like salary money.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not even like necessarily taxed, because usually they'll give you cash. Usually for some stuff like that, sometimes they will. So yeah.
But I also want to go into marketing and like advertising and public relations. So
public relations, like
like
political stuff?
No. Like public relations for like a company, but even then I'm more into like the marketing part of a business and like advertising, and then I mean ultimately it's like to be my own brand, like
be Emma Chamberlain, find your mojo. Yeah,
but or like have people that like eventually, like if I don't have time to like edit my own video, like okay, I'll put you on like a payroll. Like,
a team.
Exactly.
You want a team.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, I have one guy that helps me edit this, and like
you're already one step ahead of me.
No, I wouldn't say ahead. You have someone here. You have your co-star. I don't have a co-star. It's just me interviewing people.
That's cool though.
Yeah, it's all right. Enough complaining, or anything. I don't want to complain. But what was I gonna say?
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes. Now I'm shy. Let me scoot over to the edge.
No, it's just so we have it on camera.
Okay.
When we start up our podcast, Chai for Two.
Okay.
You said it earlier, but you agreed to be a guest. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, we'll hold it to you.
For sure, I've agreed. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Again, I love to create, and there's a lot of things I want to do in my lifetime, and one of them just so happens to be a guest on a podcast.
Okay, we can make that happen.
And if I find any rich people that need a personal assistant, I will let you know. For sure.
Please. I can't like promise it'll be more than like 2 weeks, and then I'll be over it. But I mean, for 2 weeks, I'll get a good pay.
I'll tell them like, you need two good weeks. I was thinking when you said public relations, I don't know why I pictured you as like press secretary Jackie Peraza answered questions about the president's mental health.
Okay, no, I would be stuttering. I'd be worse than the poor president. Like, you know how he stutters and like he loses his train of thought?
Yeah.
That would be me. So, no.
It's like, we pledge allegiance to the thing. That guy.
Amen.
Dude. Sometimes I'm like, that's where I'm at, bro. Like I'm watching.
That was me at the beginning of this episode.
I'll watch a video of him and I'll be like, that's me right now. That's how I feel mentally right now. I feel like that guy. He's just so relatable. That's what
I just can't judge him because I am him.
The mental fog is definitely something that I can relate to. But anyways, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And if there's anything you want to say, you can say it before, as the style guru, the official style guru of the Undertones podcast.
It's breakfast burrito, not breakfast taco. And that's all I have to say. That was my, what is it?
It's breakfast benediction.
That was my benediction.
That's your benediction.
Yeah.
The burrito benediction given to us by, thank you. All right, well, I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later.